Hey guys, hope you're having an awesome night. It's your boy the Twiddler, and I am back tonight with another couple of box breaks. Actually, bundle breaks. These are going to be for Gregory Marston. He won these during some recent, well, basically some streams that we have. We have a bunch of really fun game streams. We have battles, we have bounties, we have pull games, we have card pull games, pack pull games. We have all kinds of stuff that's going on Tuesdays and Friday nights. 8 p.m. Eastern Central. And look, guys, this stuff is, let me tell you something a little bit here about this. So I have to open the Dungeons & Dragons gift edition for Greg because I actually thought that I had a regular Dungeons & Dragons Adventure in Forgotten Realms box here, and I did not. So in order to keep the integrity of the stream and everything going, I am going to give this to you, buddy. So we will get this way. I can get everything sent out to you. I don't have to order something. I don't have to wait. Hey, your benefit, not mine, right? So, so congratulations. We're gonna go ahead and crack this bad boy open, and we'll go from there. So, all right, let me put this stuff aside. Ahead, and instead of it being, this is a harder card instead of one of those flimsy things that comes in a lot of those. So wow, that's pretty cool. All right, let me get some room in my box here. Should have pre-planned all this stuff, which I kind of did, but all right. And then there's your oversized card there. We'll put that up there for now. Pretty sure you don't need that box. Get that out of the way there. And we'll get this bad boy open, and yep, it should have a collector pack in here, and it does. So let me go ahead, push some stuff aside here. Here is your regular land. There is your foil lands with your treasure chest, a couple of jank cards, and then there is your collector pack right there. So grats on that. So let's dig into this and see what we got here for you, buddy. Here is the die. I don't know if you want the die or not. Pretty sure not, because you sent me so many of them, but I just want to say that if you want the die, please let me know. In the meantime, it's in my box of like 5,000 die, so. So let me get this all set up here so that we can crack it open all in a nice little timely manner. And we're going to get to started here. 10 draft card boosters right here, 10 of them. So let's delve right on in. And what are we going to talk about tonight? Let's talk about Aftermath. Aftermath is coming. And then after Aftermath, we got LOTR. So we've got a couple. There you go, Black Dragon right away. We're going to find a lot of the dragons in the uncommon slots, I believe. We got the Flame Skull. Drink him if you got him. Already hitting a mythic, along with a Swamp and a Tomb of Annihilation with the Atropal. But anyway, so we've already had kind of pretty much spoiler season for Aftermath. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what kind of fervor there is for that set. Now, me personally, I don't necessarily care for it. I know that there's some people out there saying some great cards in the set, but I personally have not seen any value to the set. We'll see. We'll see when it comes out. I know I'm jumping the gun by saying that, so really, it's what I'm saying is of no value at this point in time. So look at that. Foil Ray of Frost. That is pretty cool. So we'll take that along with an island and a skeleton. So that was pretty neat. One of the things that I like about this set is it kind of reminds me of D&D. They did a really good job. This is the set that I kind of reintroduced myself back into Magic after being out for about 15 years. Because of anybody who knows my history, I was out for about 10 years. And then I came back after about another 15 years. So a short time there, I did some eBay repack sales. I did really good. There's Varys, Silvery Moon Ranger. But back then, I had a whole ton of Alpha, Beta, Unlimited, all kinds of the common stuff, things that nowadays people are really clamoring for. And in putting all that stuff into those repacks and selling all those repacks, the one thing that I did is I kind of lost a lot of it. So in losing a lot of it, somebody else gained a whole bunch of really valuable cards. But that was 15 years ago when those cards were really, really, really easy to get still. So, something on my phone just chimed. There's Gretchen Titchwillow Goblin Morningstar. I remember using one of those in a campaign once. I don't think I ever encountered a purple worm. There's Forsworn Paladin, along with a forest and a spider token. But yeah, me and my friends grew up probably, let's see, I would say 85 through 89, we all got together and played Dungeons and Dragons. That's kind of how we got together. I was on the bus one day, and one of the kids came up to me and said, "Hey, we noticed that you live in our neighborhood. You're a new kid and all. Are you interested in something called Dungeons and Dragons?" And at the time, I had no idea what it was. And they kind of explained to me what was going on. Said, "Hey, we got this guy that's really good." And he was a couple of grades higher than us. So he was basically, our leader of our gang, so to say. And he kind of was our man. He was the guy that did all of our campaigns and stuff, and he was really good. And the good thing about it is that we were young, and we were still naive, at that age, and all that stuff of impression and all that stuff. So things that we hear from somebody else that are make believe and made up and stuff, it's very fascinating to us. So we had a great time. Here's the really cool thing about it. Eventually, I think when he was 17 or 18, he ended up getting a job, and I won't say where, but at that job, I know it's been 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 45 years ago, we'll say. Wait a minute, I'm 51, 35 years ago. So he got a job at a place, we'll say it was a food store of some kind, like a grocery store. Orcus, Prince of the Undeath, as a card for you. And he would go there, and unfortunately, at the time, we thought it was cool. When I look back at it now, it wasn't. But he would come home with boxes and boxes and boxes of candy. And we didn't understand what the heck he was doing with the candy. So he would bring this to our late night Dungeons & Dragons get-togethers. And we would eat candy all night long. We'd be wired. We'd be tired the next day. We'd end up missing school, stuff like that. We'd skip out at night. We'd go to one of our buddies' houses. We had a big yard barn in the back and a big table back there. We'd play all night long, mostly during the weekend, but every once in a while we do it during the week. There you go. The Book of Vile Darkness. Very nice. We'll take that. Mountain and a jank card, an arena jank card. But anyways, give me 1 second. That's my huge mug. I'm the best papa in the world to my grandchildren. But anyways, we would, we go back there. We do our thing. We eat all the candy. And eventually, I started getting some of the candy from him. I'd pay for it. Back in the day, I would get blow pops for 10 cents. And I'd sell them in class for 25. So through the money that I would make by selling and stuff, we would get either more candy or we would buy more dungeon modules and stuff like that in order to do more dungeon crawls with D&D. So yes, I truly believe that the candy was probably not legitimately received. Nowadays, back in the day, again, I was naive and stupid. He said, "Hey, you want to buy it?" I did. There you go, red dragons. We got a black and a red. Along with the Instrument of the Bards and a Swamp card along with the treasure. And so, that ended up funding quite a few of them. I was the guy that would walk around with the bag of candy, and I would sell it all day long. I hate to say, my grades probably suffered a little bit. I got decent grades. I didn't get great grades, but I got decent grades. So, I also was a little financial wizard back in the day too. So, I admit it. There you go. That's a nice little module right there. Den of the Bugbear, Plains, and the Atropal. So Anyways, that's my little story of growing up playing Dungeons and Dragons. We were actually playing at my parents' house one day. We were sitting at the kitchen table. There was 4 of us. We had all gotten together. We were checking things out, and HBO was on. And all of a sudden, we heard this clinging and clanging and whatnot as we were playing. And I was like, "Oh, dude, there's a sword fight on TV." So we all kind of started watching, and then we kind of things started continuing, and we were all like, "What the heck movie is this?" We got into it. We saw heads chopped off. We saw all kinds of things going on. And you know what we ended up watching? Highlander, which to this day, the original Highlander, which to this day is one of my favorite movies of all time. White Dragon. It's got a red, black, and a white so far. We might have even gotten a blue or something, and I missed it. So, Paladin class, along with Guardian of Faith. Very nice. We'll take that. A foil version, and a Zariel along with an island. So that is all of your regular cards right there. So question, if you guys are that far into this video and actually listening to me, I will, just so you know, I will be sleeving all these up. We'll check the values on them, and I'll sleeve them all up later. So we were watching Highlander. So my question for you is this: what is your favorite fantasy movie, I guess you could say? To this day, it's one of my favorites. I mean, granted, there have been many, many that have come out that have eclipsed the quality and all that stuff. But to this day, it was one of the best stories, one of the best everything. And I tell you what, I can't remember right off the top of my head. I've known his name and I've said it a million times, but Christopher Lambert was absolutely great as the Highlander. And I can't, I see his face and I know all the movies he was in, but I can't think of the name of the bad guy in it. He was phenomenal. I had nightmares back in the day of this guy, and it was just, oh my God, it was crazy. So, but anyways, so again, another story of my Dungeons and Dragons days. So we got 50 feet of rope, 50 feet of rope. We got Temple of the Dragon Queen, Mountain, Paladin class foil, Bag of Devouring, that is extended art there, Long Rest extended art. Then we've got Pixie Guide, along with Boulette. There is Den of the Bugbear, another Den of the Bugbear, and an Evolving Wilds foil module. Oh my God, where's Joey Moss when you need him? Along with a Nadar, however you want to say that, Selfless Paladin. So, and a treasure token. So, there you go. Let me go ahead and put these in here. And, well, those kind of set down improperly. We'll get those up. We'll sleeve. I'm going to go through these, scan them, get them all put together properly, as I said, and we'll get those for you. So, Dungeons and Dragons aside, congratulations. You got that one. That was the gift. My fault, not yours. So, hey, it is what it is. I'm a pretty giving person. Anybody who comes to my stream probably knows that by now. Hey, I make it right when it needs to be made right. So, all right, on to new Capenna. I'm going to tear down this box. Get it out of the way. Open this bad boy up. Uh-oh. There's your pack of regular land, and then your, let me see if I can see. That is your Mysterious Limousine. So we'll put those here. And we've got, there's your die. Get that into the die box. And then let's put these, we can kind of put this all together here. Save a little bit of room. Your jank cards there. Looks like everything's going well. We're about 14 minutes in. I should be able to keep this at around 25-minute mark. We'll start off with set boosters. So one of the things I'd like to talk about as far as this goes is I don't know what the mindset is for Hasbro, WotC, whoever it is that makes the decision to do sets in some bundles and then drafts in other bundles. In my opinion, doesn't really make a lot of sense to make them drafts, because you're really not, unless you're doing a bundle draft, you're really not drafting anything on these things. So, but I mean, I could be wrong. I could be way wrong. Let me know if I am. Avon Heartstabber, it's your first rare right there. Run Out of Town foil. And there's Harglide, Kindly Rune Chanter. That is one of those secret lair. I don't know if it's really a listy, but it's a secret lair secret card, I guess you'd call it. And on to the next pack. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's a price thing, but I seem to be able to get all of these unless it's a gift box at around the same price. So anywhere between, sometimes I see them on sale for $30. That's a rarity. But most of the time it's $35 or $40, all the way up to about $50. So, and LGSs obviously pay or charge a little bit more than online retailers because you're supporting your online network or your local gaming store. So, which I believe that any gaming store that is in business needs to have an online presence in order to continue to move product and to make a little bit of extra money. So, widespread thieving is your rare, along with a shattered seraph. That is your foil and a treasure token. So, will we find a gilded? Will we find a gilded foil in here? We're going to find out soon enough. Gilded, I love gilded. Even if it's a common, I'll put it aside and I'll get it sleeved up for you because I believe gilded is very unique. Kind of like the oil slick at this point is unique. I don't know if they've really used oil slick on anything else yet. So I believe that gilded and oil slick are going to hold value over the years. I think that they will be cards that increase in value. Again, just an opinion. And the reason why is because if they only use... Now, I know that they've used gilded in a couple of secret layers, I think. A couple of special sets or something like that. But it's still very few and far between. And if they don't overdo it, if they don't print anymore, I think that these gilded cards and the oil slick cards will hold a lot of value in the future. Broker's ascendancy. But knowing the track record... Oh, there you go. Haven Gold Laboratory. There is another secret layer secret card. So, knowing WotC and Hasbro's track record, they will probably oversell, overdo using it, just like Etched. That once they introduced Etched was really cool, but then they've used it way too much, and I think Etched is just like foil. When they started using foil way too much, it just became exactly that, way too much, and foils are worthless now. So unless they want to overdo something and keep the value out of everything so they can bring down the price for people to get their hands on more of it, I don't know if they're doing that for that reason or not, but for what other reason would it be? Scheming Fence, and there is Rafine's Tower. That is a foil. Drink him I say drink him if you got him. It is a rare, so we're not drinking it yet. So, but it is a foil, so it's got a little bit more value. Now, see, some of these, like these, I believe that these hold a little bit more value in the rare than they do their non-rare counterparts. So, all right, next pack. So, interesting conversations and things that I do a lot of this on the fly. I don't think about anything in particular that I want to discuss. Sometimes I do, but most of the times when I'm just cracking over packs for something, I don't want to sit here and just be quiet and go, Mass Bandits, Fleetfoot Dancer, that card, this card, the other card, Rocco, and I do it sometimes, but I like to have a conversation. So, this way you guys get involved and you guys can put some information down below. You guys can put some stuff into the chat, and in those chats you're able to, participate. So just like the your favorite, I guess, fantasy setting movie. So Grave Shift Yard, Suspicious Bookcase, Syndicate Infiltrator, Rocco, Rakish Revelers. There it is, Urabras Heretic Praetor. I don't know if there's much in there. Hold on one second. Whoa, had to sneeze on that one. Anyways, drink them if you got them. There is your Mythic. So I just wanted to re-show that to you. Racer's Ring and another. There's your listy. A rare listy, Abrupt Decay. We'll take a look at that one, see if there's any value in that as well. Get that sleeved up for you, Greg. So, anyways, for those of you who are interested, Greg won these in a couple of different games that we run on Tuesday and Friday nights. So just kind of another pitch for myself, basically. Tuesday and Friday nights at 8 p.m., we usually have some kind of, usually on Fridays, it's a pull game of some kind. It could be mystery card. It could be a mystery pack. We have a lot of fun. You can ask anybody in the chat, basically, if you have any questions or anything. Most people will be willing to answer the questions for you if I don't see it. Shakedown Heavy is your rare, along with Rebel Ruiner is your foil and citizen. But in last pack Magic right here too. But we have a lot of fun on Friday nights for that. And then on Tuesdays, we usually do a battles. We try to fill battles. We have regular battles, you know, of all kinds. You usually win a bundle, which is where Greg may have won one or two of these. And then some collector packs as well. And then we also do chaos. We do some chaos stuff, which means it's a mix of all kinds of stuff. So you may or may not even know what you're getting until we pull it. So there's a lot of fun in that. And a lot of times when you play in a chaos type of deal, the payouts are a little bit better. Now, we are about to introduce the chaos bounty, because we run bounties also. So when we do the bounties, as of right now, we're up to 34 packs, I believe, in the bounty. It could be 35. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to flip over to the screen in order to make sure of it. But there you go, Rafine's Tower. There is another Triumph. So we get two Triumphs, one foil and one non-foil. So very cool. Angelic Observer foil and Treasure Token. But we do run some bounties. It's up to 34 collector packs for March of the Machine right now. And in order to hit that, all you have to do is pull a foil, Halo foil, Ragavan, or any serialized card 1 through 50. Now, nobody's pulled any of that yet. I haven't even pulled a single serialized card. So that is coming. I know for a fact that I've gone through 14. Is it 14 or 15? It might just be 14, and we're in the 15th box of March of the Machine Collectors, and I have not pulled a single serialized card yet. And from what I hear, there's usually one a case. So I'm almost done with the case that we're in, and I have another case sitting, waiting just to be opened. And guys, it's coming. I know there's a serialized card coming, so you got to get in on that bounty when you get an opportunity. And coming up, we're going to be doing a bounty that is a little chaotic. So you'll be able to buy into that, or you'll be able to buy into a different bounty that also adds to that bounty. So the more you buy, the more the bounty builds. It's up to 34 collector packs. I invite you all to swing by on any Friday and any Tuesday night, except for this Friday night coming up. We are going out of town for a wedding, so we will not be here this Friday. Just as a reminder to you guys, we will be back Tuesday, and we'll be running battles and everything else. So if you haven't had an opportunity, please, you can go to my Facebook page, which is also Twiddler's Place MTG. You can find that there. And if you get an opportunity, you can go to Discord, and I don't know if you can search for Twiddler's Place, but if you can, it's there. If not, come to a live. I always post a link. I would put one down in here, but it'll expire. So, not a problem, guys. Greg, hope you enjoyed it. Appreciate you stopping by. Guys, take care of each other, and all I've got to say is if it's a mythic, drink them if you got them.